Welcome back then to the second half of a very exciting Lancashire Cup second round match between Leigh and Widnes. Half-time score was in fact Leigh 4, Widnes 8.
Number 12, Tomato and 13, Richard Ayres, have been replaced by number 14, Darren Wright, and 15, Joe Grimmer.
Well, as the announcer said, 2 quick substitutions at half-time for Widnes, and Mosi Kaloto and Richie Ayres leaving the field to be replaced by Joe Grimmer and Darren Wright. Immediately, Widnes under pressure here. Alan Tate. Well, quite a few sides being caught by this new interpretation of the rules this season. You can only have one man marking the play the ball, and if they're not in a direct line with the play, then it's a penalty to the opposing side. And that's exactly what happened. Widnes then, just inside their own half of the field. First chance for Joe Grimmer. An immediate reaction from Grimmer, and has opened up the play, and that is a try for Widnes almost, but no. Well, in fact, the referee's given the try. That really did look as if that ball had gone forward in that play. Well, the home fans not happy with that decision by the referee. It looked as if when the play had broken down, that the ball had gone forward.
Number 7, David Hume.
But David Hume gets his second try of the season for Widnes, and the third try of the evening for Widnes. Pass of the game, roared through the defence, ran 30 or 40 yards before offloading to Paul Hume, who again took play towards the post, turned the ball back inside, and for a second it looked as if it'd gone forward. Scores that try for Widnes, and with a very easy conversion attempt for Jonathan Davis.
And the try for Widnes converted by number 4, Jonathan Davis.
Widnes in the second minute of the second half move into a 14 points to 4 lead. Well, just exactly what Widnes needed, because the home side really came back into that game just before half-time. And Widnes have hit them with a quick try, like all true professional sides would do. But a slight lack of concentration by a Widnes player near his own line there, and that's resulted in a scrum down. So a chance then for Leigh to put pressure back on Widnes. It's from end to end this game. But Widnes win one against the head, and a chance to move it. Jonathan Davis. Alan Tate in support. Tries to offload to Courier but can't do, or to Darren Wright rather. But Widnes bring themselves away from their own line. Derek Pike, wrestled to the ground by Collier. Alan Tate, kick downfield, taken by Ledger, faced by O'Fire, but he can't get past O'Fire with some help from Darren Wright. Well, Tony Myler took a knock in that tackle. He appears to have taken a neck injury there, and in fact being attended to by the trainer. Well, after consultation with the linesman, the referee is calling over Martin O'Fire. And that will result in a penalty to Leigh on this near side. Safely into touch on this side by Platt for Leigh then. Rapati will take this tap for Leigh. Street. Sorensen and Grimmer bring him to ground. Johnson with the dummy, but the ball goes to ground, and that's a knock on by the Leigh scrum half. Well, Leigh must have come out of the dressing room full of hope and enthusiasm after the way they finished the first half, but Widnes hit them with that early try. Jonathan Davis skipping through 2 or 3 tackles, and in his attempt to offload to Alan Tate, the referee saying that pass was just a little forward. So it's another scrum down. You do feel, though, with a little bit more steadiness, Widnes could pile up points on here. They always look the more menacing side. It's a lot of huff and puff from Leigh that's got them to where they have. There's no question Widnes have the credentials to win this game quite comfortably if they steady it down. Rapati, though, for Leigh. Platt, bring it to the right, now Street. But he was tackled quite easily by Jonathan Davis. Now Platt again. Gets the ball away, Rapati. Does well on the Widnes 25, but a good tackle from Kurt Sorensen. As I say, Leigh just inside the Widnes 25. Chance to move the ball across field. Johnson joins the line for Leigh. But in fact, it all got just a little too tight on that far side. The last tackle, says the referee. Widnes keeping Leigh outside the 25. Courier robs the ball from Rapati, but just can't get away from a good tackle from Standish, the covering wingman. But good play by Andy Courier. He robbed the ball in the tackle, did well. Chance for Widnes here then to move the ball across field, which they do. Tony Myler, long pass to Sorensen, who straightens the play up, does well. Kurt Sorensen in centre field, looks inside, finds Alan Tate. A long ball intended for a fire. But Barry Ledger just took that intercept and saved the day for Leigh. So Platt again bringing it away. This game played at great pace. Now here's Street again. He did well. Pike hit him very hard, but he still kept coming. A very fiercely fought contest indeed. As I say, Leigh languishing near the foot of the First Division, but are putting everything they can into this game. Taken by Alan Tate. That's all he could do in the end. 3 Leigh men were blocking his way. Kebby will be at halfback. Tries to go himself. Widnes moving the ball across field. David Hume. Short ball to his brother Paul. That's a good tackle from Collier. Davies is at halfback. David Hume again. Switching the play back round. Looking for a gap. Almost getting through, but good tackling from Street. And by Cottrell. Widnes are 10 yards inside their own half of the field. Now Derek Pike. Short ball to Joe Grimmer. Grimmer did very well to hold on to that ball from Derek Pike. And he made it up to halfway. McKenzie. Super break by McKenzie. Looks on the outside. Well, fire's gone inside. And some more super play from Widnes. McKenzie going from half-back on halfway as only he can. Dragging the play over towards the wing where Martin Offiah was. Offiah had to come inside. But that pass he just couldn't take and it went to ground. So Leigh moving the ball away again. But this time, the referee has caught Joe Grimmer in offside position and it's a penalty for Leigh. A chance for them to come away from their own 25. 10 minutes gone then of the second half. It's still Leigh 4, Widnes 14. Platt brings play down to halfway. Rapati. Offside again. Widnes cannot be too careless in a game like this. It is a knockout competition. They cannot afford to give silly penalties away. So in fact, Leigh have made good headway here thanks to 2 penalties. They're on the Widnes 25. Tim Street with a good tackle by his opposite number, Derek Pike. That was a good tackle. It's become a good battle between these two. Now Brown, he was looking for support, but there was none. They're in centre field, still on the Widnes 25. Leigh now a party himself. With the ball going loose. Play on, says the referee. In fact, he's given 6 tackles to Leigh. And in fact, he's done more than that. He's given a penalty to Leigh for an incident involving Tony Myler.
Can I have your attention, please? Will Leigh Jones and Peter Davis please report to the commercial office immediately, please? Thank you. That's Leigh Jones and Peter Davis report to the commercial office. Thank you.
So then, that penalty resulting in a chance here for Leigh to drag 2 points back on Widnes, which they do. Chris Johnson gets that penalty back for Leigh and has reduced the arrears. 12 minutes gone of the second half. It's Leigh 6, Widnes 14. Jonathan Davis restarts the game. The ball going deep into the Leigh 25. Collier, a very famous rugby league name indeed, playing in the number 11 shirt tonight for Leigh. With that ball going loose, chance here for Widnes to counter-attack, which they do. Davis, long pass to Kebby. But he's kept out by very good cover tackling indeed from Leigh. In fact, a Leigh player was injured in that. The referee, in fact, stopping play. There's an injured player right where the ball was. And in fact, the referee stopped play while the trainer comes on to the Leigh player who's receiving some attention there. In fact, it looks like Standish, the left winger. The referee sensibly bringing play 5 or 6 yards infield. Widnes play the ball again. David Hume. Joe Grimmer puts it back inside to Kurt Sorensen. The referee saying that Sorensen didn't get that ball down cleanly. That will be a 5-yard scrum. Leigh have the ball then, 2 or 3 yards short of their own line. Now Platt. Well, this is a major job here for the Leigh forwards to get away. In fact, Tim Street under pressure knocks the ball forward. Well, he said that the ball went backwards. Unbelievable decision. An unbelievable decision by the referee. And Rapati taking full advantage of that. Leigh trying to work away on that far side. It's the last tackle, says the referee. Good play by Rapati. He did well keeping the ball alive for his side. And in fact, Leigh kicking that ball forward. But it will be caught on halfway by Alan Tate. Chance to counter-attack. Tate doing well. Still going, but a good tackle by Platt in the end. Tony Myler doing very well, finding David Hume in support. Hume still going, in centre field. Great run by the scrum half. A good chance here for Widnes to move the ball to the left. Derek Pike. But the referee, when it seemed all over a try for Widnes, has caught a Leigh player in an offside position and has awarded Widnes a penalty. Well, Jonathan Davis has a chance here to restore that 10-point gap. A relatively simple penalty attempt here on that left side. Jonathan Davis then kick of about 15 yards, just to the left of the upright. Safe as you like.
And the penalty goal to Widnes by number 4, Jonathan Davis. The substitution for Leigh, number 14, Jason.
So with perhaps 18 minutes gone of the second half, Widnes restore that 10-point lead. And in fact lead by 16 points to 6. Tony Myler offloading to Tate in centre field. But a good tackle by his opposite number, Derek Pike. To be fair to Leigh, they will know exactly the sort of play that Derek Pike is capable of, and in fact seems to have been awake to some of his moves throughout this match. But nonetheless, Derek Pike has been a much better player since coming to Widnes. There's no question of that. David Young. Pike again. Tireless worker, Derek Pike. For a big man, he's all over the field. And when he just got tackled on the far side, he was there on the other side of the field at half-back. The ball goes loose, and a chance for a counter-attack here for Widnes then. Joe Grimmer. And you feel that if Widnes could get one more score here, they could in fact seal the game. But a knock-on, says the referee, by Joe Grimmer. It's a scrum down, just inside the Leigh 25, on the left-hand side of the field. Johnson will put the ball in for Leigh. And they have it. Leigh still in possession then, just inside the Widnes 25, or rather their own 25. Rapati's at half-back, finds Brown, he looks inside, does well. Dave Ruane makes another 5 or 10 yards for his side. The ball thrown back to Brown, puts in a very long kick indeed. That's a good kick by the prop forward. It's right down towards the Widnes try line. Alan Tate scampers back. Faced by 2 Leigh players, and in fact offloads to Martin Ofire, but his way is blocked down the wing, and Kebby comes across to help out. Good play by the right wing man, but the ball goes loose. And just when it seemed all the good work was done, the ball went to ground. And to the annoyance of the Leigh crowd, they thought they should have had advantage played for them. But it was scrum down then inside the Widnes 25. Exactly midway through the second half. Widnes still lead by 16 points to 6. Johnson will feed the scrummage for Leigh. They have it. Ruane. Long pass to Hill. Johnson's in the line for Leigh. Switched it back to Jeffrey. Good tackle by Mackenzie. Widnes can take nothing for granted here. Rapati, he's had a good game, especially going himself. They're 15 yards short here, Leigh. To the right of the post, they take it the blind side through Platt. The ball works out. In fact, Street's just short. And the Leigh prop forward is forced into touch on this near side. Scrum down then. Widnes have the ball through David Hume, brings the ball across the field. But Leigh are quickly out. Now Kurt Sorensen pushes 2 or 3 off, but he's still held up just 10 yards from his own line, in front of his own post. Good tackling here from Leigh, not allowing Widnes to get away at all. Mackenzie's at half-back. Now Joe Grimmer. Another 10 valuable yards for his side. They're up to the 25. Mackenzie. Dummies at half-back. Good pass to Sorensen. Sorensen doing well. Finding Darren Wright in the clear. Wright goes over halfway. He has a fire with him. And this time a fire will race towards the line to score his second try of the night.
And the try scored for Widnes by number 2, Brian Kevy.
Well, an excellent counter-attack from Widnes. It really was men against the boys there. They shaped a kick inside their own 25. Well, they straightened the play up. First, Phil Mackenzie. Then Kurt Sorensen, getting Darren Wright away on this side. Darren Wright striding away from the cover. Passed the ball inside early to Martin and Fire, who did the rest from about 30 yards. Has a chance for his third conversion of the evening, just to the left of the post. And no problem for Jonathan Davis.
Correction, the try was scored by number 5, Martin and Fire.
Jonathan Davis's goal tally to the season, 232. And you would think that he will get plenty of chances this season playing in a side like Widnes. It's 22 points to 6 then, as we just enter the final quarter of the game. And that ball bouncing up into Jonathan Davis's face, but he recovered quickly to bring play 10 yards from his own line. Now Derek Pike. Paul Hume. Grimmer again doing well. Widnes moving the ball quickly here. Darren Wright doing well again. Darren Wright looks inside, finds Phil Mackenzie. Well, Tim Street. Well, every time Tim Street's been tackled, he's had a word with his tackler. I don't know what that words may have been, but I can guess. Now Rapati again. He's made one or two good surging runs for his side. Perhaps not making the yardage that Phil Mackenzie makes, but still has taken his side 10 yards at a time. Grubber kick through from David Owain.
Come on.
And in fact, David Hume just gets onto that ball as well and offloads to Courier, who in turn gets Kebby away on the right, but it's all too tight there, and in fact 3 Leigh players tackle Kebby when he was on the floor anyway. Widnes then moving the ball across the field. Tony Myler. But it's a knock on in the end.
And the substitution for Leigh, number 15, Graham Herbert, replacing number 13, Alan Platt.
Widnes then, Tony Myler, superb into passing with Alan Tate, and Tate has 40 yards to run to the line, and that is a super try by the champions. Alan Tate knows it, the travelling Widnes fans behind the goal knows it. That was a gem of a try. The ball coming out of the scrummage very quickly. Tony Myler, the loose forward, taking the ball, straightening the play up, finding Tate, who raced away in a clear run to the post for his first try of the season. Well, Alan Tate gets his first try of the season for Widnes, and in fact moves Widnes out to a 26 points to 6 lead. 33rd goal of the season by Jonathan Davis to add to that try from Alan Tate, and Widnes move out to a very nice looking 28 points to 6 lead with about 15 minutes of the game left. Well, it looks as though Leigh, the home side, had given everything they had just before half-time when they kept Widnes down to just 4 points. But really, it's been one-way traffic in the second half. Tony Myler taking that ball very well on the full, bringing it back inside, and in fact offloading to Tate again. But an intercept and a chance for a counter-attack here from Leigh. Keeping the ball alive, but in fact it's Widnes who pick on the loose ball again. And Tony Myler has taken a knock there in that tackle. The referee has given a penalty for Widnes meanwhile, the substitute Gary Herbert. Penalty to Widnes. Jonathan Davis makes 15 yards for his side. Widnes are just inside the Leigh half of the field. Brian McKebby going himself, but a good tackle. McKenzie. Paul Hume going on the blind side, doing well, getting through, looking inside for support, gets it from Kebby. Kebby did very well after a juggling act and has put Widnes in a very good position here. But in fact the ball has gone loose and Leigh have the ball. Now the substitute Herbert, unceremoniously dumped into touch on that far side. Rule 1 in rugby league on the first tackle, do not go down to the blind side, because that's exactly what happens. Widnes have the ball then. Andy Courier in centre field. Looks for Alan Tate, does well. The ball going to ground. O'Fire doing well, and in fact getting it back to Courier. But he has to go back inside. David Hume. It's still alive through Derek Pike. And in fact it's settled down. Widnes then a 10-yard short. The short attempted pass to Kurt Torrington, but it's a knock on. Johnson then has it for Leigh. David Owain, tackled by Jonathan Davis and by Tony Myler. They're inside their own 25. Tim Street attempting to brush off Tony Myler. But you would think that the game is finished as a contest. And perhaps the best that Leigh can hope for is to keep the score down as much as they can. They're in possession here now. Brown with a long kick downfield. It's a very good kick, but O'Fire doing well. Very tight to the touchline, and in fact, getting the ball away to Alan Tate. O'Fire will take this ball from half-back, allowing his team to get back and organised. He did well. That's a sensible thing. Settle it down, let the men get back behind you. Here's David Hume. Now Pike. Courier. Now to Kebby, but there's no way through there. But perhaps a chance for Widnes to move the ball across field. No, but Courier decides to go himself. It's the last tackle, says the referee. They're 10 yards inside the Leigh half of the field. Within 10 minutes of the end of the game, Widnes still leading by 28 points to 6, but a good move here. Paul Hume doing well, looking for support. Has to switch the play, he's still going. Finds his brother. The ball's still going. Good play by Widnes here, and in the end, the referee gave a forward pass before that ball was taken on the intercept by Dave Ruane. A superb play by Widnes, keeping the ball alive 5 or 6 times when the ball looked to have gone dead. In fact, they've robbed the ball back again through Brian McKebby. So more pressure here for Leigh. Widnes need to keep the ball simple here. Sorensen. Darren Wright, the substitute, shrugs off 2 tackles. Widnes are 15 yards short here of the Leigh line. Joe Grimmer. Good charge from Grimmer. Taking 3 Leigh forwards to keep him at bay. They're just a yard short here, Widnes. Phil McKenzie. Good intercept by Cottrell. He did well. Offloading to Herbert, but a good tackle from Jonathan Davis. But there's no support here for Leigh. They look very tired indeed. They're not supporting the man with the ball, but here's a good run from the wingman. Substitute, Jason Donoghue. Takes play deep inside the Widnes half of the field. Tim Street. Now Brown. Back inside to Johnson. Now Ledger. Ledger doing well. But a combination of Alan Tate and Jonathan Davis, and in fact, it is a try for Leigh. The referee gave a penalty for Widnes pulling at the ball in the tackle. And David Ruane, the ex-Widnes standoff, took a short tap, quick tap penalty, and in fact went over himself to the right of the post. And scores what is virtually a consolation try for Leigh. So Johnson, with a relatively easy conversion attempt, clean between the posts, and Leigh have brought themselves up to 12 points in reply to the 28 from Widnes, with about 6 or 7 minutes left of the game. Jonathan Davis then restarts the game. Jeffrey, tackled by Sorensen, with some help from Derek Pike. There's a chance here tonight for somebody else to win the top tackle account for Widnes. With Mike O'Neill not playing, he almost wins it every week. He's won it 3 times out of the last 4 games for Widnes. As I say, the absence of Mike O'Neill with an injury. I shouldn't think that Derek Pike will be too far away from the top tackle count this evening. Meanwhile, Rapati, who has been one of the better players for Leigh tonight. Johnson, good tackle from McKenzie, it needed to be. Rapati again. Herbert the substitute. Leigh are inside their own half of the field. Rapati, now Brown. Joe Grimmer then takes that ball, trying to settle it down for Widnes here. Darren Wright, good tackle from Barry Ledger. He covered Darren Wright all the way.
And the Leigh man of the match, as sponsored by Collins and Darwell, the printer of the Match Day magazine, is the Leigh number 9, Peter Rapati.
Well, Peter Rapati wins the Leigh man of the match, and I would think rightly so. He's done very well against tremendous odds. Here's Andy Courier. Trying to get that ball away to Kebby, can't do so. And it's all getting just a little bit too scrappy now in the final minutes of the game. Scrum down then on the Leigh 25, and they have it. Short kick by Ruane. And in fact, he gets the ball. And a good cover tackle from Paul Hume. Paul Hume did very well to get out of that scrum and get back to him. Johnson almost getting through. Fine tackle by Derek Pike. Leigh then making some ground into the Widnes half of the field. Street, a long pass here to Jeffrey. Getting the ball away to Ledger. And in fact, into touch on this near side. Well, the play held up for some attention to Jeffrey, the centre. Meanwhile, it's a scrum down just outside the Widnes 25. On this near side of the field, David Hume, the Widnes scrum half, to put the ball in. But David Hume getting steamrolled by the pack, and in fact, rightly so. The referee telling them both sets of forward to get down again. It really was a mess, that scrummage. David Hume again, puts that ball in for Widnes. It's okay, says the referee. A few of the Leigh supporters didn't think so, but no matter, he's the man in charge. Widnes have the ball on their own 25 then. Jonathan Davis. Darren Wright. Derek Pike, back inside to Kurt Sorensen. Andy Courier getting the ball away to Derek Pike. Superb play. Pike charging up towards the Leigh 25, going towards the post. A long pass to Ofaya. Ofaya did very well back inside. It will be a try for Davis in the end. Well, full marks to Derek Pike after a superb game in the forwards, tackling his heart out, and he will take great personal pleasure in that try. A break deep inside his own half, running a full 50 yards. Perhaps it looked as if he held on to the ball just a fraction too long as the cover closed in, but in the end, good handling between Davis. No matter what name may be on the trophy, like it or lump it, it is the championship of the world. There's no argument about that. How dearly Widnes would like to win that trophy next week and take over the mantle of bitter rivals Wigan. Jonathan Davis then, this time straight through the top of the post, converting his own try. And the hooter goes, in fact, as Davis kicks that. Widnes have won by 34 points to 12. To be fair to Leigh, they played well up to half-time. Mostly it was huff and puff that kept them in the game at 4 points to 8. In the end, the speed of Widnes told with those second half tries that took them home easily by 34 points to 12. The players leaving the field here to warm applause from both sets of supporters. But as I say, more importantly, Widnes move on to Old Trafford a week tonight. And let's hope that they can put their game together to bring that Foster's World Challenge Trophy back to Norton Park. I'll leave you then with the final scoreline in this Grunhalle Lancashire Cup second round match. Leigh, the home side, 12, Widnes 34.